Hi guys, in this video I will walk you through how a trading strategy gets built using AI and why 95% of your trading ideas will die along the way. I will walk you through on the real case study of the strategy, the one I've developed over the last month about hypergrowth breakout companies. So this is the strategy which solemnly trade hypergrowth breakout companies, and it has been proven a good compound growth rate over the last 5 years of backtesting with a max drawdown of 34%. The drawdown is a bit on the higher end. However, there's always correlation between the drawdown and the reward. So all my attempts to reduce the drawdown and increase the rewards, they were in vain. So this is the best possible combination I could find after a lot of tests. I've run more than 60 different tests for this particular strategy, and none of them improve those results. Anyway, starting point. When you start to develop in your trading strategy, you have an idea in mind, you have an assumption, and this assumption is going to be your starting point. But this assumption must be validated, and this assumption must be validated on the real market data. So what you need to do, you need to throw the idea, and then you need to see, has this idea proven to be working over the last years, 3, 5, 10 years, whichever, under the different market conditions, bull market, bear market. Then you're collecting this data, analyzing this data, seeing in which time frame the strategy was working, in which market regimes the strategy was performing better, and how you can use this data to improve the strategy. And that's where AI comes very nicely into play. Instead of going and analyzing everything by yourself, AI is going to do everything for you. AI is going to throw the idea, and AI is going to be create different variation of the strategy. AI is going to be backtesting everything for you. AI is going to be analyzing those reports, and AI is going to be throwing more ideas to improve those results. AI is going to do literally 95% of your work, and 5% is going to be the decisions which you need to make by yourself. Anyway, coming back to the initial assumption. Regarding this strategy, I had initial assumption that a mid-cap growth stock, it makes sense to trade them because they usually going higher. And by holding certain amount of concentrated of those stocks into the concentrated basket and weighting them towards the strongest candidate, I can actually have a good returns of my investment. And that was my initial assumption. And initial assumption was actually much lower. Initial assumption was only this. Those areas, they were added on top of it during the initial testing. And after throwing this assumption, I asked AI to write me the strategy and to backtest those strategy on the real market data for the last years. The first attempt were disastrous, it was not working. Then I made a different variations about which kind of companies to trade. Is it more about the small cap, mid cap, large cap companies, and with the different market caps? And all those parameters I've been vigorously testing. And I've analyzed I've been collecting all the data from AI, which companies are performing better, in which regimes, which sizes, and so on and so forth. And AI was collecting all this vast amount of data. And then at some point of time, there was a transition when AI started to actually identify the patterns and then give a better idea to improve the strategy. And that's actually how it went to these points, because initial numbers, they were negative. Initially, they were just losing, the strategy was losing, but after 60 variations, it was profitable strategy. So AI is doing it very fast. Yeah, probably you can spend maximum a week or so to develop a new trading strategy. And overall, how the process of developing strategy works in my environment. So I've been testing different variation of the flows, how to more efficiently uh, develop the strategy, log its results, test the strategy, and deploy it to the production. And the flow I developed, first of all, I have dedicated folders here. For example, dev folder are for strategies under development. And this is the folder where AI is actually creating ideas of those strategies, the one which potentially they might produce good results, testing those ideas, collecting the results from them, saving them into the memory, and then disregarding them, deleting them. So here in dev folders, there's a lot of strategies they created and then they actually removed. After finding a good idea, I'm locking the result of the strategy. I'm locking those parameters and I'm saying, all right, this is the parameters which I'm happy to lock and I'm happy to move on with those parameters. So first it's going to go to from dev, it goes to locked. And then once the parameter is locked, I'm creating a live instance of that strategy. The difference between locked and live is in the parameters because I'm working with QuantConnect and QuantConnect has a certain limitations for the strategy, certain requirements for the strategy to be in live. For example, a dev strategy must have an end date, a live strategy does not have an end date, and so on and so forth. So there is different requirements. So what I did at some point of time, I've accumulated all those requirements of live strategies from QuantConnect, and literally I was doing that by deploying, getting the feedback from QuantConnect, reading the reports and improving that. So I've collected everything in the certain memories of the AI, and right now all my live deployment of my live strategies, they are 100% compatible with the QuantConnect requirements. So what I need to do, I just need to say, all right, I have this locked variant of the strategy. Let's deploy it to live, and then AI is going to be automatically reading the results of the log strategies, seeing what needs to be done, automatically creating the live instance, the live folder of that strategy, as you see here in the live. And it's going to be automatically creating performance analyzer files. All those files, they're going to be automatically created. And this is going to be the live instance of the strategy. From the live instance, I can deploy it to my real broker, or I can deploy it to the paper account. So it's up to me where to go. I'm usually deploying to paper account just to ensure that all the orders are executed in the right manner, and I'm running all the strategies in the paper environment for at least a month in order to ensure that that AI hasn't made any mistakes during the code writing and everything is executed as it's supposed to be. And during this days, during this month of testing, I'm collecting the data from the QuantConnect. And the way I'm doing it, I'm having this performance analyzer. So I have an entire prompt being generated for that. For each live strategy, this is generated. And then I'm just smashing this performance analyzer into the new session of the Claude, which automatically reads what the strategy is about, how it must behave, and so on and so forth. This is an example of the performance analyzer. And once you're analyzing it, you can actually say, okay, pull the recent trades, for example, pull the recent trades and see if those trades are actually aligns with the strategy or the outside of the strategy, if something went wrong, and so on and so forth. And literally by pulling those trades on automated manner each day, I can actually see that the strategy is working as expected, that there is no glitches, that there is no bugs, and so on and so forth. So that's where my live strategies are living. And of course, after the strategy has not survived paper environment, it's going to archive the grave for all the ideas, the graveyard for all the ideas. And yeah, I have all the some of the ideas over there already. And this is just the nature of the business. Some of the strategies they're working, some of them they're not. However, in my particular case, because we are right now, we're living in the summer month. Right now is end of June. And during the summer month, the market is not very active. This is well-known behavior of the market. So usually from May to September, it goes into stagnation mode. And that's why the strategies, they're not really performing very well. Maybe they're more active in more active market conditions, and so on and so forth. So I've archived some of the strategies and so on. So I've been playing with those with this stuff. So this is the flow. First, I'm developing the strategy, then I'm looking at results, then I'm deploying this strategy, the locked results into the live environment, and this is how it goes. AI is doing pretty much all the jobs along the way, so I don't have to code anything. I just need to tell it is this strategy, log this strategy, deploy it to live, and it's gonna do everything for me from this point of time. And I test a lot of variants. I test for each strategy. I test minimum 50 to 100 different variations of the different parameters of for entries, exit, take profits, bull market conditions, like literally all this kind of stuff I test vigorously. And without those, I mean, unless I'm 100% sure that I've tested all the possible majority of the scenarios for that particular strategy, I'm not locking the strategy. This is important to mention. And this is, I think, this is the flow I would like to I would like to share with you. And as you see, this flow allowed me to very efficiently develop the trading strategy for myself. So up to this point of time, I've developed live. I've developed future strategy, hypergrowth breakout strategy, momentum strategy, seasonal calendar strategy for futures, uh, trend crisis strategy, and ETF rotator strategy. All these strategies, they use different instruments, different parameters, and all of them produce very good results. So that's the strategies I've developed up to this point of time. But while I was developing, I realized that the best combination you can actually achieve from by combining multiple strategies in your portfolio. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm combining multiple strategies in my portfolio in order to ensure that my portfolio in general it's by itself produce better results than all those strategies by themselves. So I hope this video was valuable. This is the how I actually develop in my trading strategies using AI. And if you want to learn more how to develop the trading strategies using AI, maybe you want to have exactly the infrastructure for trading strategies development, the one I'm using. I'm gonna give everything to the members of my school community, to which I'm gonna drop the link in the description section down below. If you're interested, please join me. I'm more than happy to help you to develop your trading strategy or you to improve your current results of your trading strategies as well. Thank you very much for watching and take care. Bye.